So we are on time. What is that? Oh, sorry, y'all. Let me do this. Okay, yeah, I do it like that. Okay, welcome, y'all. We're gonna wait for everybody to come in. Hey, Britt. Hey, Miss Pretty. Welcome in. And I'm just bringing it up on my computer too so I can do the comments. Oh, Britt, thank you so much for reposting. Definitely appreciate it. Hey, Deidre. Thank you for joining. I am good, Britt. I hope you are doing well too. So I'm trying something different to put the picture of our topic in the photo. Hey, Deidre. Good evening. Hey, Shayla. Welcome. Jacqueline. And if you guys could like the live and repost it, I would definitely appreciate it. Oh, it's an echo. Oh, okay. It stopped. We're going to give everyone a couple of minutes to get in because I know you guys probably aren't getting the notifications. Oh, Miss Pretty, thanks for the rose. I see the gifts. Miss Shayla with the heart meats. Yes, we're just gonna give everybody a minute. I hope you guys are having a terrific day today. Today is Wednesday. We are almost done with the work week. Definitely excited for that. Miss Pretty, I'm bringing you up right now. Hi, Oakland. Thanks for joining.
Hi, everybody. How's y'all day going?
Hey, Pookie Bear.
Hey, Miss Shayla. How are y'all today?
We are good.
Hey, I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It started
understand.
raining too this afternoon, and I'm not gonna lie, that bed has been calling.
Yes, y'all. After we get this live, I'm cutting my phone off, like I'm powering it down, and I'm getting in the bed. I am exhausted, and I'm pretty sure you guys all are, because as much as we like to help our bodies, the mental stamina, I know it's a lot.
Yeah, it's time to shut down,
Yeah,
You go through a lot from stress. It'd be a lot.
yeah,
It is. I think when we're covering topics like this, it is mentally, emotionally, and spiritually draining. So
Yeah.
it is good to.
And it doesn't make it better when you have like people from the sidelines talking down on you, and you're doing it for a right reason.
yeah.
It'd be a lot.
Yeah. Luckily, we have each other
Yes.
to support
Exactly.
each other, and we know that's the great thing about us being in a group because we really are have been bouncing these ideas off of each other, and we've been backing it up with I think valid questions and facts. Like we really did some deep research yesterday.
Yes. And I think so too. That's part of the draining too, because the research, the computer. So yes, we definitely worked hard yesterday.
Exactly. You got to be back and forth from devices. And then you got to make sure this accurate, that accurate. You don't know what's true, what's not. It'd
Yeah,
be a lot.
yeah,
Especially when you have it's just an energy drain. I think we're all a little bit empathic, to be honest with you, and with us opening up our energy to ourselves to various different energies to even pull information, I think that that's draining.
Yes, because it is a spiritual thing as well.
yeah, yeah. I definitely agree. So it's seven of us in here. It's 4:35. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. So of course, I know we are going to discuss Nolan for probably the bulk of the live. But before we get into that, just as a reminder, I don't want you guys to forget about Tonay Miller. If you don't know, Tonay Miller was actually found in a park by hanging in Miami, and the Miami-Dade Police Department has ruled this case a self-deletion. Now, we all know that any BLK person would never do this to themselves, especially in a tree. So if you guys are able, please donate to the family's GoFundMe. The link is in my bio, and I did check around 3:30 Central Standard Time today. So far, they have raised $1,972, but they have a goal of $10,000. So definitely let's please support this family as they look for answers. Hey, Jay. I'm bringing you up, Jay. Okay, so now we are going to move.
Hey, ladies.
Hello, ma'am. How's your day?
How are you doing?
Chilling at work.
Okay. I called you earlier, but we'll talk about that later. Yes. Yes, no, it's good. But so let's go ahead and discuss Nolan Wells. There was a press conference today, and if you guys missed it, they did announce his funeral service. They will be scheduled for Monday, July 20th. And you guys know we like to give references. So this was per Nolan's mom, Christine Wansley Wells, and Ben Crump at the press conference this morning. Also, it looks like it's going to be held at Centerpoint Church in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Now, keep this in mind. For the actual service, it's only going to be open to family, friends, and all of his teammates. The viewing is going to start at 9 a.m. and then the services will be at 11. There will be a celebration of life that's going to be held at the Jackson County Fairgrounds. And his mom is asking that any protesting that is done in his name, they want it to be peaceful. And I did hear her say as well, Nolan, he wouldn't want anything else. So at the end of the day, we want to ensure that we remain respectful of the family's wishes. So the next thing, speaking of the press conference, Attorney Ben Crump, he did confirm that they were able to finally meet with DA Angel McGrath, as well as members of her team. And they had a lot to say that I really found intriguing. And so they said, and I quote, there will be a grand jury that she will turn it over to when they collect all of the information and finish the investigation. Also, during the press conference, Ben Crump confirmed that there will be a mutual inspections of the cell phones with their experts as well as the state experts. So when that happens, they will go ahead and download those cell phone data so everyone can see at the same time what information those cell phones have, which I definitely think is really important. And also, just as a reminder, anyone with information to the case, you guys can contact Ben Crump at 800-691-7111. And I will put this information throughout the chat as well. Also, you can contact the appropriate authorities at 228-769-3063. And I would personally add, if you are going to contact the authorities with information, please contact Ben Crump with the same information. So, last but not least, we have to discuss this pool party photo again. So Nolan's friend, and I believe you pronounce his name Tristan. If you guys don't know, he was the friend who said that it was him yelling on Horn Island and it wasn't Nolan. Well, he has come forward to Rolling Stone. He is now saying that pool party photo was taken on Saturday, June 27th at 11:58 p.m. Now, a separate person has also provided Rolling Stone with metadata from the pool party photo, as well as similar group photos taken that night. But another friend by the name of Paxton, he went on a TikTok live and says that party picture was actually 2 weeks before, not on July 4th. So if that's accurate, that would make the date June 20th if 2 weeks before July 4th, or June 13th if it was 2 weeks before June 27th. So I have to be honest here. with all the inconsistencies in this date of this pool party, I honestly can't confirm what the date is. But what I can confirm is that it definitely appears that there are a lot of untruths being told. Also, if I'm being honest, I can't believe anything Tristan says, because he got on TMZ and said that him and Nolan were best or close friends, but Nolan's mom said that they have never met him. So as far as I'm concerned, I can't believe anything that Tristan says. Also, I wanted to tell you guys too, me and Shayla were talking, and one thing that I can't understand personally is, if Nolan was missing and he was your close or best friend, why was he posting photos instead of posting like missing photos or anything like that? He was posting happy times. So for me, that does not make sense to me. Also, I know some of you guys may not agree, but one thing stands out about everything. If you guys watch the press conference today, Ben Crump said it out his own mouth. We must question everything. And to be honest, that's where I'm at with everything. So I want to give a shout out. Glory, I see you in the chat. Thank you. Capri, I see you. I'm going to go ahead and see if anybody that's up on the panel, do you guys have anything to add?
I have so much to add about that picture. You know, we have been chatting about it. It First of all, if you want to prove that you are innocent and that this picture was taken 3 weeks before, you would post the metadata publicly. You would, in fact, post the metadata on the same platform in which you posted the original picture. You would not go to Rolling Stone and have them put it behind a paywall, which, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in subscribing for a year to Rolling Stone at $55 to verify your metadata. It doesn't make sense to me. Tristan is a questionable character. He doesn't ever seem to appear in any of these pictures. He seems like he's on the fringe. He's one of them little fringe friends who wants attention. And for some odd reason, they seem to want attention based off of this horrible moment in time. They want attention based off of their friend Nolan's passing. And I don't understand it. I don't comprehend it. I did a little research and digging. I saw someone in the comments say it wasn't Tristan, it was the other one, Javon, who was on TMZ. Tristan went on ABC. What y'all are missing is that they're using TMZ and Rolling Stone because they have tip lines. They can easily submit a tip. They can email them or call them in a tip. If you were really trying to prove your innocence, you would do so. I mean, most of them have lawyered up except for Tristan, who just seems to be clout chasing, and Javion. You would do this by your lawyer would send a press release to all major networks. Like, it's real simple. These are kids playing, and they think that we don't know the difference. Also, in that picture, in that carousel picture, if we are to believe them, that this is pictures from, all summer, it's not from July 4th. Why? There's another picture, and I've referenced it before, of them on the boat. I believe it's around sunset on July 4th. But why for a month. You're taking pictures of you and your friends. And why is no one wearing the same dang swim trunks? Y'all don't have a Target, a Walmart, a Kohl's, Belk's, in Ocean Springs. Why is that boy in the same swim trunks? I don't have children, but maybe someone with a teenage boy, I think that they have a little bit more pride and maybe even be a little bit more vain than to be wearing the same swim trunks all summer long. But that's just me. So I believe that that picture is from July 4th. The only thing I would change about the way I reference that picture is we don't know whose home that is at. We just know that Evan posted it. So y'all are going to have to do better. They're going to have to do better. I cannot accept they have been around the sun and back with explanations for that picture. First, it was June 27th, which I think when you checked, Janice, you said June 27th was a Monday.
Yes. And I was wondering, why would there be a pool party on a Monday? You know, people have to go to work. Were there any noise? Like for me, that's just really weird. June 27th, I'm sorry, was Saturday.
Okay. One of these dates that they have given was a Monday. It was a Monday. Like, I get it's summertime, but I just don't see you partying on a Monday night in summertime. I don't. So we've heard June 27th. We've heard that, the reason why the older, hairier guy had USA shaved in his chest hair was because of the World Cup. And we were like, maybe they meant June 25th. And we find out it's a rainstorm. Like the weather is so bad that you wouldn't be in a pool. Then it comes out that it was 2 weeks before. And now it's 3 weeks before. And the only way we can verify that what they're saying is true is behind a paywall. I don't accept that. I don't. And that's just me. I don't know how y'all feeling, but that's me.
Yes, I'm with you. It just doesn't make sense. Because if there was one party, how does everybody not know what date it was? Everybody is confused. That makes zero sense.
And you will notice, not notice, but Nolan's parents kept track of him through Life 360. So why these people are out here throwing out random dates trying to TYA or CYA, y'all know that that his mom and dad knows everywhere he has been. These are a bunch of kids who may be very book smart. They may have been in the honors classes, but they don't got a lick of street smarts.
So I have a question in the chat. King is saying you're looking for things that aren't there. So are we not supposed to ask questions when there are so much conflictions? We have to ask questions because everybody's giving different stories. And Ben Crump said it himself. So why shouldn't we ask questions?
And honestly, it's not even about, it's about asking the questions, but the bigger picture is, why do we have to ask the questions we're asking? Because y'all are taking so many precautions to cover the shit up.
Exactly. We not gonna just sit here and let y'all tell us anything and we just gonna take on and believe it when y'all not even making sense y'all self. Y'all telling us different stories as we go along anyway.
as my dad would say, you cannot piss on my leg and tell me it is raining. You can't do it. It's not that we're looking for things that aren't there. I refuse to allow you to insult my intelligence. You must think we are all idiots if that is acceptable. Like, if you think the various moving time frames are acceptable, you must think we're all idiots.
And the main thing too, if it was nothing, why was it deleted? And also, if you posted that on Sunday morning when your friend was allegedly missing, why would you post about happy times? That makes zero sense.
Your post should have been, has anyone seen Nolan? We've been looking for him since yesterday, last night, 11 p.m. Have you guys seen him? Tell him we're looking for him.
And be honest, King, that's not the real question. You really want to know how we breaking through all that shit that they putting up. That's the real question.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all seem to forget that we're highly intelligent people. I know that there's the stereotype and then there's the reality, and you're being slapped in the face with the reality of how intelligent and how well thought out we are and how we use critical thinking and research skills.
And again, y'all, we are listing the sources. If you guys want to check what our thoughts are based off of, check the sources.
Like, we work really hard to verify things. We don't run with anything just to run with it. I refuse to fall in line because this is what mainstream media says. I'm sorry. I'm not a sheep.
To DSW, I find it hard to believe that only 2 people was the last one to see him when all 3 of their boats were together. So I don't understand how only 2 people was the last people to see him when all of their boats was together. That doesn't even make sense.
Another friend, and they have still yet to say, hey, he was going to catch a ride back with this friend. What's that friend's name? Even Javon, which we were going to dive into that, him and his mama. Your mom calls you after 11 p.m. I've got all kinds of things about what she said in her interview, but that's just how I was raised. I don't think, never mind. I'm not going to try to make sense of it. But your mom calls you after 11 p.m. She reaches out to you close to midnight and says, hey, do you know where Nolan is? And you say, I hadn't seen him since earlier today. And then her response, this is what she says in an interview that kind of had me sit up last night and look at the screen crazy. She goes, so I hung up with him because he wasn't going to be any help. But you can go on TMZ and you can say, he met a girl and he was going to catch a ride back with another friend.
And on top of that, how would she know that he wouldn't be any help unless they either talked about it before or she just didn't want him involved?
Wouldn't you say, hey, Mom, I saw him at the island. He was going to catch a ride back with, and I'm making up a name here, but he was going to catch a ride back with Timmy. Let me give Timmy a call and see what when the last time is that he saw Nolan. In my opinion, this is supposed to be your childhood friend, who you have played sports with from the time y'all were younger. That's why y'all are friends. You're technically young, not technically, you're a year younger than him. He has gone off and has spent a year in college. You might be 2 years younger than him. So he's had different life experiences, and you're not that interesting. So the only thing y'all really have in common is the fact that y'all grew up together in playing sports. And when your mom calls you at close to midnight asking where Nolan is, and you were like, I saw him earlier, but you don't give any other detailed information, and she says she has to hang up with you because you weren't going to be any help, and then call your brother. That's weird. That's strange.
I feel like she only did that to get him away from it because he dug himself in such a deep ass hole. And I was really surprised, well, actually shocked, that that's who Nolan's mom been talking about the whole time. When she kept saying I was calling my friend, I'm like, that's his fucking mom. And the way that she was talking, it's like she didn't have no concerns. You can just tell she wanted to get him as far away from it as possible. Pretty much trying to clean up what he did.
Yeah, and I'm bringing Gloria up. I know she came at the tail end on yesterday, so I want to give her an opportunity to speak on the panel, and then after Gloria, I start bringing you guys up one by one.
Hey, Miss Glow. DSW said put her in, or put him in.
DSW? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta be careful. Okay, I'm bringing DSW. And Gloria, I let you up, but oops. Yes, DSW, can you hear us? I think I might have muted him by mistake.
Hear you.
Okay.
No, I could hear you. I muted myself.
Okay. Yes, what would you like to add?
I'm just having some issues here because when I read everything and I look at everything, I understand that everybody's looking at three boys over here for this, but when I read everything and then I look at Trace Shepard's interviews and a couple of other interviews, Trace Shepard and a few others stated clearly Nolan was still on the island when those three boys left. So for me now, the focus is, okay, well, who's left with Nolan on the island? You got Trayston, you got Javon, you got Katie, and then you got 200 other people that we don't even know who they are. But in my opinion, that's where the focus should be at that point. If you have one of his friends saying he was still there when they left, then...
So Trayston said that after he got in a fight or whatever, that he left. They all apparently have left. I'm not even sure Trayston was on the island. I have said time and time again, I'm not even sure Javon was on the island, to be honest with you. I have said time and time again, the best way for us to prove you were there, Nolan was a social butterfly. He liked to take pictures, avid Snapchat user. Stop showing us this picture from whenever of that one time he happened to take a picture with you. I want to see a picture of you and your supposed best friend Nolan together on Horn Island on July 4th.
I could understand that. I honestly can. I could understand that. They're kids. They're young.
Yeah.
And I also look at it from this point of view. Like, I was a content creator for 20 years. I made a living off that. I was a credentialed journalist, everything. And I know that when I took my boat down to the lake at Lake Havasu on the 4th of July, I didn't snap one picture. It all depends.
You're a different generation, though. We are of the elk where we like to actually experience, and I'm putting you, and I say this with love in my heart. I'm aging you with me. Um, you are of the elk, we are of the elk where we like to actually experience life. We don't sit at a dinner table with other people around and we're all on our phones. We're actually trying to have conversations with each other. We are, when we go to a concert, we're not trying to record the concert because we're actually watching and trying to enjoy the concert. So I
No, I
think
feel what you're saying on that. I totally understand that. But I'm coming at it from the perspective of a 20-year content creator that made a living recording everything, every moment. You know what I mean? There's still days I'm not going to take pictures when I'm at the lake. I've been there a million times. There's nothing special that I'm taking a picture of, but I mean, that's just me. I'm not saying that it's not possible that he didn't take or did take whatever, because I would like to see some of those pictures too.
Can I
But
jump
you
in
don't
really
understand
quickly?
who's saying
Hold
There's
on.
Javion is
got to
a
be
clout chaser.
pictures.
That's
Can
in
I
his nature.
can I jump in really quickly? So Blue Cats Baseball is saying likely no photos. They didn't use phones on the island. So if they didn't use phones, how do we have a video of someone arguing?
like
I
And
think what
being
they
with
mean,
you, DSW, like you gotta look at Javion. This is somebody who seeks out the media to put his face out there. If you go down his page, like he gives the clout chaser friend, the less popular friend. And I feel like back to what Michelle was saying, it's of a different time frame. Now you can look at somebody and pretty much look at their behavior and see how they act, or oh, this person will probably do this person will probably do that. Javion from day one, since he opened his mouth, it's been clout chasing, and I just don't believe that he went there and didn't take pictures.
Jay, you cut out, or did I cut out?
yeah, I didn't catch that last end of what you said.
She cut out. She probably can't talk right now, which is okay.
I
Yeah,
get I get
Yeah,
what you're
Javion
saying.
has
She's
thrown
back.
himself into the limelight.
She's back.
with Nolan finna get ready to leave and go off to school and start his own life, there's no way I would ever believe that not one person was trying to create a memory, especially Javion. He was about to go, and this is quote unquote his best friend. He was about to go, and regardless if the phones did not work or no service, your camera still works.
I mean, that is actually good point, Jay, because it's actually what Nolan's dad said, that this was Nolan's last hurrah. Like he knew that this was the last time he had to hang out with his friends and party. The following Monday, he had a football tryout for D1 school. The Monday after that, if for whatever reason he did not, his tryout wasn't successful, he would have started summer practice with the team he was currently on. So no, he was, and he had two Snapchat accounts. He was a known avid Snapchat user. So the fact that these two, Javion, and I'm trying to be nice, but I don't know that other boy's name, Travion, the Avion,
Trayston. I
Trayston.
pronounce it Trayston the way it's spelled.
I it, God, it's not in me to try to pronounce his name correctly because it's just a spiritual block, to be honest with you. And at this point, it's the point that they keep trying to put up the black friends for us, that these are tokens. And I'm just treating them like what they are, which are tokens. They are, I'm not sure how they are connected, but what I will say, and y'all can head over to, I posted it in the group chat for us, but y'all can head over to Secret Service Sam. These two fools have been chatting a little too much, and on the record with all of these public, with all of these news agencies, TMZ, Rolling Stone, and ABC. They're about to use their words and get them caught up.
Yes, and the thing too, the more they talk, the more they can get caught up. So, in my opinion, keep them talking.
Like
in my
right now,
experience,
from what I have seen, they have been using the media, and I'm not speaking of Trayston or Javion at this point. I am speaking of this group of air quote friends. They have been using the media to create reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt is not really working for them at the moment. And now they need to find someone to pawn this off on. And you've got these two
that could
clout
be true.
chasers. You got these two clout chasers and tokens. And like I've said, tokens get spent. They get spent, and they're about to get spent.
In my experience as an investigative journalist, I'll say this, that usually the people that thrust themselves into the limelight is for only a handful of reasons. One of them being they're chasing the clout. Another reason is that guilty people like to interject themselves into the limelight in things.
I agree.
You can do with that statement, take that how you want, but that's been my experience in things I've investigated.
And Janice and I think we all have said they're all suspects at this point.
For sure.
Every last single one of them. The only one I think I have actively given a pass to at this point in time is Katie Kitchen Seasoning. I give Katie Kitchen Seasoning.
I love when you say that.
I give her a pass. I do. That's how I remember her name. I give her a pass because I think, you've got Nolan's mom who said that's not his girlfriend. He hadn't brought her around the family. It was a 20-minute conversation. And Nolan was a mama's boy. I think he would, if it was something, he would have brought the girl around. I'm sorry, she's not a looker. That's just my opinion. I'm sure she's smart. I'm sure she's witty, funny, intelligent. She's not a looker, in my opinion, that would make him just lose his mind. This is a star athlete. He gets a certain type of girl, and I'm sure he can get them quite easily. She's not that type of girl. So she went straight to the police station. She didn't pass go and lawyer up. She went straight to the police station, told them everything she knew. Her mom put out the the post, kind of explaining, hey, like, it was a quick conversation. She believed that he was going back on the boat in which he came on. So I give Katie Kitchen Seasoning a pass. Everybody else, y'all are all sus at this point.
And I want to shout out to Kimberly in the chat. She said their so-called childhood friend is deceased. They can't say rest in peace. They have said nothing.
And that was the thing. Y'all, you posted these pictures on July 5th. I think it was like in the afternoon, about 3:30, about 3:17, 3:30. In the afternoon, you post these pictures and you say it's summer. And then you have a whoopsie moment and you realize your friend, who is at that point missing, is there's a picture of him at a pool party. and you think, oh my God, I got to take that out. And you take that out. And you didn't, you're not even doing a good enough cleanup job, because there's another picture of Nolan in that same carousel of y'all all on the boat at sunset. We know that it was at sunset because the people that was parked next to Wyatt's boat said that they left at 7:30 and Wyatt's boat was still there. When you Google and research what time the sun set in Ocean Springs, it was 8:09 p.m. It was sunset.
And also, if you can discuss your tide information from yesterday that you found.
Yeah. So, and I think we got to be clear on this. And let me see if I still have the page up, like a tab of it up. If not, I remember it, but I just want to make sure I still have it. So when the sheriff's first comment on this, that I think kind of irritated all of us folks with a certain amount of melanin, it was, sort of like a nothing to see here, just an accidental drowning. And everyone was speculating that this was an accidental drowning. So I started researching, and you can look up through the National Weather Services, unalivings that happen from people getting caught up in riptides, the current, large waves, in the surf. As of June 22nd, 2026, there have only been 33 unalivings in this country for this country and its, what do they call it? The territories. There have only been 33. Guess what? None of them have been for Mississippi and Horn Island. When you go back and research 2025, the full year of 2025, from January 1st to December 31st, there were 99 unalivings for, people getting caught in the riptide, the riptide, the undercurrent, the surf, all of that. There were only nine.
So, Shayla, I want to jump in really quickly because people in the chat are asking who said something about drowning. So, if you guys remember, initially they classified it as a drowning.
Well, the initial report from the coroner, the medical examiner, when they just, and this isn't the autopsy I'm talking about. When they do the preliminary, that's not the autopsy. What that is they have the body. They look at the body, and they're visually inspecting the body. And according to the coroner, his statement released was there were no immediate signs of physical bruising or any type of physical injuries anywhere on the body. So that's kind of why they're going to say off the top, we think it's a drowning because we don't have bruising and we don't have defensive wounds.
We know that is a lie.
You gotta wait for the tox.
We know that that's a lie. And how we know it's a lie is because Nolan's parents, they would not even allow Nolan's parents to go and see his body to identify him. They had to identify him through his medical records. These people still have not seen they may have now that they have the body back in their custody, but as of Monday or Tuesday, they had not seen the body. Like, they were not allowing these people to see the body. If it were a basic drowning and he was waterlogged, yeah, it's not pretty. But guess what? You would let them do a visual identification of his body. And they did not do that. They would not allow them to see.
Not letting the parents.
They would not allow.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, I'm telling you,
But
because
I can tell you that they did visually identify his body, though, with a 99.9% certainty. The dental that they do, that is always standard. Even if you have the next of kin come down and they say, you know what, yep, that's Nolan, that's my son. Oh my God, I'm absolutely positive that is him, 1,000,000,000%. They're still going to do the dental, because that gives them the actual confirmation that they need for the legal. That is true. I've worked on these things.
They can identify if you come down. If you come down and you are a relative, like a mother, father, sister, brother, you are that type of relative, they can also identify through your DNA.
Can I say something, Miss Shayla?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is where you're coming from, DSW, but I just want to let you know where you are rather. You are on a panel, you're in a live of women, of people that actually do their research. This not hearsay. We not just, oh, I think. This is actual factual. Everything is questioned, everything is double checked. The host, Janice, she don't even allow speculation on there. Now, granted, we have to say allegedly, but stuff they were reciting and repeating. First of all, Miss Shayla, she's gonna break it down to a T, look it up to a T. This is what she eats for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stuff like this. So you keep saying you were a journalist, you did research, you did it. It's okay to admit, like, damn, I didn't do the back end on that part. I didn't do it all the way.
So
We're
I
not
have
new
the
to this. We've
source.
been doing this for a little bit.
Yes, we have been doing this.
Jay, I'm telling you, I did it all the way. They did visually identify the body with a 99% certainty.
So what set of eyes are you looking at?
There's nothing to stop you from looking at that.
So why would the family need to get an independent autopsy? Why would they feel the need to hire a legal representative?
Because the mother, from what I'm understanding, the mother was quote unquote dissatisfied.
Why was she dissatisfied?
Why is there a need to bring in a grand jury? Why is there a need to bring in a grand jury?
You would actually have to ask her that. I can't answer for her.
So with your research, why is there a need to bring in the grand jury? Why turn it over to a grand jury if he accidentally drowned?
I have the source, y'all. Based on publicly available information.
Do you guys know what the grand jury is for? You guys understand the grand jury?
I'm trying to give you the source.
Get an indictment. And
DSW, I'm trying to give you the source and you're trying to argue.
Okay, give me the source for
Nolan Wells' mother had not been allowed to view his body immediately after it was recovered, according to statements made by the family's attorney, Ben Crump, and this is from News in Mississippi. That's the name of the organization.
Ma'am, I didn't disagree with you on that. I told you I don't know if they were allowed to see the body or not. I never even spoke on whether they were allowed to see the body.
We told you that they weren't allowed to see the body. We literally told you that they weren't allowed to see the body. And in fact, I know that they weren't allowed to see. We're talking. I'm sorry, DSW, but we're talking. Please.
We don't do that here. He got drops. We do not argue.
We do not argue.
We don't do that. That's not what this is.
Just said that. And then
you better create your own panel for that. We don't do that. We respect each other and we let each other talk.
Exactly. He just said that.
So I gave the source and that was a problem.
I was literally watching Don Lemon when they confirmed that it was Nolan's body, and he was with the head of the Cajun Navy, and they said that the body was in such there was such bad damage to it that they would not allow the family, his mom, to come down and verify his remains. That sent a chill, as a Black woman, that sent a chill up my spine, because this is Mississippi, and it started giving shades of Emmett Till.
And you know what, Shayla? The fact that a YT man came to argue with us when we had facts, and he wasn't trying to hear that. That shit pisses me off.
Exactly. You trying to tell us to give you the resources, but when we trying to give it to you, you still want to cut each other off. It's like you don't even want it for real. You just want to. You just want to go back and forth, and you
He
can
was
find you
he
somewhere
thought
else.
he was
To a
gonna
different
come
set
and
of eyes
mansplain
anyway.
it away. YT mansplain it away. Trust me, I got up this morning, got dressed, and have wiped my rear end several times without you giving me direction and explaining to me anything.
Yes. And when I tell y'all, we work so hard to give. We say this every lot. We not pulling shit out of our ass. Every post, the source is listed at the bottom. We tell y'all the sources.
But
We
then
are
again, look at how they
careful.
looking at the point. They're looking at this shit with a different set of eyes, and that's what I be talking about with that. It's not all of them. No, you. If it was yours, you would be able to see what we were talking about. And I mean, your kid, your
Exactly.
kind, you would be able to see. But you really want us to believe that that boy did not know how to swim, where he drowned in waist deep water.
Everybody, when you get off the boat at Horn Island, you are in waist deep to knee deep water because there's no docks there. They just anchor their boats and hop off and walk to shore.
Oh, I know you don't.
And no worries, you guys. Sarah Mack has been blocked.
Exactly.
So
If you feel like
you don't worry about grown women that bio says playing princes and all etc. Yeah, this not even your setup over here.
I mean, if you think you got any more better sources, please come up and tell us.
I'm seeing Britt said Shayla Sweat. Someone said CBS is breaking news about the boat. GPS. Can we confirm this? I will say, and I'm gonna start Googling it now.
Yes.
I will say that I was looking a couple of days ago to see if boats 8 to 10 passenger boats, which that appears to be what, from the pictures, what that boat is, an 8 to 10 passenger boat, if it had a black box, and they don't have a black box. But I think it said it might have had a GPS. I'll look. I'm looking.
Yes, if you could look, Shayla, and then I'll bring someone up. We have 15 requests. Miss Gloria, I know you came in yesterday, so I'm going to pull you first. And I'm doing one at a time just for reasons, just to make sure this doesn't get shut down.
Just forget your ass out of your services.
Hola,
Hi,
como
Gloria.
estas? I'm
Hi.
ready.
Yes, you are here. Hey, Radical.
Hello, everyone. I am listening, and I just saw what transpired. You did a good job.
Yes, and you know, Miss Gloria, we do not argue on here.
No, ma'am.
That is not what we do.
And I'm
No,
sorry.
we are
I'm sorry
sophisticated
if I
over
got-
here.
I'm sorry if I got testy. I am.
No, you gotta get testy.
No, you could feel it.
You got to get testy sometimes. And let me tell you, that's the fire, baby. What we feeling right now is accountability. Let me tell y'all what we feeling right now. I have a video, and I'll share it with you, Janice, or Shayla, in either of you in your inbox or privately. But I want y'all to see this. This is a YT lady who broke down the psychology of how they think. And she is in her 60s. And she said it so clearly that you can't deny it. And she said, I just want y'all to know, it's okay if you're beneath me. It's okay if you're my nanny, my teacher, sports. But when you're the beauty standard, when you are the thing above us, we just don't want you above us, honey. I mean, she broke it down so eloquently.
I'm sorry, Miss Gloria. I'm going to interrupt you really quickly. I
Go
found it.
I
So
have
CBS.
it. I was letting her finish. I was kind of reading through it.
Go ahead.
CBS News is reporting. So the title is GPS data tracks boat Mississippi teen Nolan Wells was on before he went missing. On July 4th. So it's saying the vessel left the dock at approximately 9:56 a.m. that morning and arrived at Horn Island at 11:14 a.m. CBS News has previously reported that Wells was not on the boat when it departed on the island. According to the GPS data, the boat left Horn Island at 4:31 p.m. and returned to its original departure dock. It then traveled into Fort Bayou around 5:52 p.m. before returning to the dock at 6:06 p.m. Later that evening, the boat went to the Fort Bayou boat launch at 7:19 p.m., according to the MSDMR report. From there, it traveled overland, presumably towed by a vehicle, to the Biloxi, Mississippi residence of the boat's owners. The MSDMR report indicates that the boat's owner, his mother, and one other individual who was reportedly with Wells on the day of the incident have cooperated with the investigation. The department's report ends on July 5th, following notification that the sheriff's office would take over. It was a lot of movement based on what I just read. Again, the source is CBS News. If you guys have a laptop or if you guys want to look at it, it's there. Yes.
Go down further in there, because they're saying that this boat left Horn Island at 4:31 p.m.
Yes, but remember they said he was seen at 3.
Yeah, he was if you go down to the under the picture of his mom, that dog is so cute. That dog is cute. If you go down to the paragraph under the picture in the ad, they're talking about Nolan. He was last seen on the island at 3 p.m., according to Attorney Ben Crump's office. His mother reported him missing later that night, and a search began. So the boat left at 4:31 p.m. He was last seen at 3 p.m. The department's report ends on July 5th, following notification that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office would take over as lead investigation. That means they stopped tracking the boat.
And I just want you guys to know as well, we haven't researched the information like how we usually do. We will probably give you guys more information tomorrow because this is just now breaking. We always research things further.
I'm going to tell you, I'm Googling now. I'll tell you just sort of my thought process. Y'all can see my weird, twisted mind in action. I want to know the distance between Biloxi, Mississippi, and Ocean Springs. Because MDMR stopped tracking the boat on July 5th. We found Nolan's body.
It's not far. 6. It's 4.5 miles.
Yeah, they're only a different county. They're different counties because Biloxi is considered Harrison County versus Ocean Springs is a part of Jackson County. And to be honest, it's only a few miles, maybe 5 to 10 between them.
I forgot, Miss Glow, you're from there.
Yeah, I'm from the county. I'm from Jackson County. I know all these people coming up that are from Jackson County. Carlos Moore, Judge Moore, he is from Jackson County. So yes, I know some of the people.
Yeah, I like Carlos.
He's a realist. That's why they knocked him down, because he wasn't standing for it, and they got rid of him.
So even though the boat went back to Wyatt's home, we know he was on Wyatt's boat, and it went back to Wyatt's home. They could have easily towed it back in the area, but we don't have that tracking data because MDMR stopped tracking the boat on July 5th.
But why did they stop tracking it then? What made them?
I mean, in the article, it's saying because the sheriff's office became the lead investigative agency.
And if you guys remember too, when they reported him missing, remember, I believe, and I'm quoting off memory, so I may be a little bit incorrect, but I believe they called the Navy people, the Coast Guard, and they called one other person.
They called the Coast Guard.
Yes.
And they called his mom. That's Warren called the Coast Guard, and they called his mom.
Is there a way to turn it off? Is there a way for them to turn off that tracking device?
GPS?
The
I
GPS.
don't know. Is there a way to turn off the GPS? That's a good
I
question.
think there is. And I also think there was a second boat that's not being detected. All them have
Well,
boats.
Yes,
Warren had
it's two boats.
Has a boat because his bio mom mentioned it for some odd reason.
Yes, y'all. And I'm sorry. I was so busy researching. We have people requesting up. So I'm gonna bring Triggs up. Sorry, y'all. This is what we do all the time. Hi, Triggs.
Mommy. Hi.
Hi. Did
Yes,
you
you
want to
can
add
turn
anything?
off. Yes, you can
No, I'm
turn.
sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry. My phone is just, I was just watching. I don't know how it connected. I'm sorry, but I'm just
Okay.
listening.
Okay. It's fine.
Thank
I'll
you.
drop you. Thank you, though.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So Shayla, you were saying something.
Hold on. Let me clarify my question. And when I say yes, you can turn off GPS tracking on a boat. Exactly how you do it depends on the equipment. If you want to stop recording your navigational track on a built-in charter plotter, simply navigate to the device's settings. For instance, on a Garmin unit, go to, and it gives directions, and set the record mode off. To stop navigating to a specific waypoint, go to the menu. So you can turn it off. Can you delete the history? I think is a good question.
Wait a minute, Shayla. I'm reading this again. So it's saying it traveled into Fort Bayou around 5:52 before returning to the dock at 6:06. But later again that evening, it went to the boat launch at 7:19. So I don't know anything about boats. So does that mean the boat left again?
Yeah, they put it back in the water.
Yes, at 7:19.
Or took it out of the water. To the boat launch is the ramp in which you either put the boat in or take it out of water. So 7:19, but when did they turn off, or when did the GPS stop tracking?
At 719. They had this plan. They knew they were going to take them back. Why did they go several times? Why were they moving around like that, even in those few hours from 3:30 to 7? They knew, I'm telling you. And there were two boats, and we'll find that out later. Now, I know there's conspiracy, but clearly, that boat to dock it after 7, and then we've seen pictures after that. They had this
Oh,
plan.
Miss Shayla, and
Yes, you
I'm sorry,
can
Gloria.
delete GPS tracking history on a boat.
Shayla, this
Yeah.
also confirms. This also proves that sunset picture 7:19. Remember the sunset
Girl,
picture that
I
they
told
posted?
you. I told you.
We are right, y'all. When
Y'all,
I tell you we researched this shit,
Teamwork. Y'all go ahead.
it's
I
in the fucking
told you.
carousel. That's why he was deleting shit.
I
Oh,
told you.
y'all.
So let me
Okay,
tell
tell
you,
us.
I'm sorry.
now that they have, I feel like I can say this now because I've been sitting on this for a moment. I wanted to see what they did, but now that supposedly Rolling Stone has verified the metadata of the pool party picture, the only other logical option of when that pool party could have been would have been July 3rd, because he went and spent the night at Jax's house on July 3rd.
That
Y'all,
also means the pool picture would have had to be July 4th.
so we know he was alive around sunset. We know that the GPS tracker got turned off and that they stopped tracking. We know that you can also delete the tracking history. You can delete the tracking history. And you remember our friend who came up to speak, she specifically said that they saw them cleaning Wyatt's boat at Warren's house.
Yes.
Early in the morning. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yes. That's what she told us. Also, I want to point out Brown Skin. She said they changed their time on the picture for the pool party. I forgot you can go in an iPhone and change the date.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So, and it doesn't make any sense on what. So that can easily be countered because all Mrs. Wansley has to do is pull out Life 360 and be like, hey, he wasn't here on this date that you're saying. She tracked her son, which I don't blame her.
Ashley is fucking stupid. Like, she's gonna lose everything to like hide this shit for them. She is so fucking stupid.
They weren't counting on that Life 360 because remember they were shocked. No, they were shocked that Javon's mom tracked them, and I'm guessing the time frame for which she tracked them down, I am estimating happened. Let's say Warren calls his mom. Let's say they have like a 5-10 minute conversation. She immediately turns around and calls Javion's mom. So let's say she calls her about between 11:20 and 11:30 and asks, has anybody seen him?
You drink that water, Coco?
The mom says, no, let me call Javion and her other son. And then so Miss Walmsley probably hung up and started calling around to the sheriff's department. And she got the runaround. She called the MDMR and I'm sorry, y'all, my meds are wearing off, my ADHD meds.
You are good. You are good.
What is it? The Coast Guard. And then she calls the Ocean Springs Police Department just to get rerouted back to the sheriff, and they officially take her report and at 12:30. So Miss Javion's mom must have popped up on them about 11:45 midnight. And she said specifically it was a group of them all sitting in the house in the dark watching a movie. And it took them about 20 minutes to bring his phone to her, which made me think someone went out the back door and went wherever. They drove wherever to go get his phone and to bring it back, because she commented, did y'all have to go all the way back to Horn Island to get his phone? What's going on?
Yes. And I want to respond to Capriel just so you guys can follow along. If you go to my TikTok page, there is a photo titled What Happened, and it's the pool photo. If you click on that and just let it play, it's the slideshow of everything that was posted in that carousel, and it's posted in order purposely. So you guys can look at that. It was 3 days ago.
Somebody just said, do you think they dropped the body off on the 5th?
No, because of the tide. Y'all, if the tide, you have high tide and low tide, I think it's twice a day. Let me Google that real quick. Twice a day. If their story were true and something happened on the 4th, he would have washed up on the 5th, the morning of the 5th.
Yes, and I'm sorry, we have like 15 people requesting up. Jaja really wants to say something, so I'm going to bring them up.
How
Hi,
you guys?
Jaja. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, I can.
Jaja, I'm sorry. Before
Oh,
you
I know y'all
start,
busy. I know y'all busy. I know y'all
Yes.
busy.
the tide changes 4 times a day. And it's between a 6 to 12, 6 hours and it takes about 6 hours and 12 minutes for the tide to change. So you see what I'm saying? If something happened to him on July 4th, his body would have washed ashore late in the evening on July 4th, the morning of July 5th. It does not make sense that it came to shore on July 6th.
You're right. You're right. Go ahead, Jaja. Jaja, are you there? Okay, I can hear you now.
All right, yes, sorry. I'm on these back roads in Louisiana. But anyway, this is what I think. You guys are very on point with a lot of things. And I know a lot of people may think that he stayed behind. Me personally, I think that he left with them. Well, and even if he didn't leave with them, I think at some point in time he got back with them. And this is why I feel this way. The reason why I feel this way is because when the guys called the mom, they already had made contact with the Coast Guard. Now, either one or two things happened. Either they made contact with the Coast Guard because they wanted the Coast Guard to go out and look, knowing that they had the body with them, and the Coast Guard would not find the body to go back and later dump the body. Or this right here trips me out because why would I call the Coast Guard if I not know that his body is going to be in the water? Like, if I think that my friend is missing, but I'm also telling someone that he stayed behind with a girl, I would think eventually he would get on land with the girl. So my first initial thing to do is to call around, check with his mom first before I call the Coast Guard. You know what I'm saying? And if I think someone is missing, I'm not going to automatically call the water police. I'm going to just call 911 period. And then we figure out, was he still in the water or was he on land, so we could get the proper authorities. Now, I'm going to land with this one right here. And this might sound crazy. I did go to school for criminal justice. I did not graduate with that. I ended up being an electrician. But I do look at body language. And I do think we need to lift over every rock. And I think as a lawyer, it might be a difficult question to ask a parent that may be going through a difficult situation. But I do think that maybe sexuality plays a big role in a lot of it. I think maybe one of these little boys may have had a look at him in a different way that may have pissed him off when he did go talk to a girl. I don't know. I think the girl may be a key to it, but she may not be a direct, to why it happened. But I think that the girl may have pissed one of them off. Like, I look at a lot of the pictures. When they take pictures, they get real tight when they take pictures. I saw a picture with him and his dad, which I found out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're going way out into left field.
Look, I understand what you're saying, but I understand what you're saying. But you have to look at everything. You have to look at everything.
No, I don't like. I don't know if this is your first time joining our live, but
no, ma'am. I understand what you're saying.
But like what we're looking for, we might not ever know the motive. And knowing the motive is not necessarily important. We are looking for the criminal mind, what their thought process was criminally. Like, did they know that the actions that they were doing was going to cause harm? And, and they chose to do it anyway. And we're also looking for criminal action, meaning what actions did they take to commit the crime? I just don't want us to go down a weird conspiracy rabbit hole. And that's kind of what that goes down when you start bringing up sexuality.
Don't say that, Shayla.
Oh, I understand totally what you're saying. I just feel that there's some things that do take place. Like you, I'm not saying that it's very possible. I'm just saying that we don't know. Like I have to think about like when I was 17 or 18, it seemed like everybody has money. So I have to think about what could possibly, like I just sit back, I think about everybody's life, and I like to think about facts. I like to think about what could be a rumor, what could be this, but I have to think about what can an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old would really want to do.
If that was it, they wouldn't bring it up in court.
I understand. I understand that part. I totally
It's really
understand that.
not important.
I'm just thinking outside the box.
That
I'm sorry.
information would not swing a jury either way.
Oh no, I'm not saying none of that at all. I'm just saying I just couldn't think of what possibly could make them want to do something or what can make an
You
argument.
gotta look at it like
for
this,
them.
Mr. Jaja. In these times, even if it was that, which I strongly feel it's not, it's accepted. So it's not something they gotta hide or unalive somebody for. It's accepted. So that, like, I agree with Miss Shayla. Like, that's just like way, like it can be the furthest from the truth. If anything, them getting mad that Katie chose him over one of them, that's more believable before one of them actually being sexually attracted to him or making an advance at him and it was rejected. It's just not possible in this.
I totally understand that too.
Yeah, so Shayla, I do wanna tell y'all this too. Now that we put it out there, there's going to be a story tomorrow morning. I guarantee it.
I
About
told
the
you, I
boat
think
and the photos.
I think
Right.
I told you, I think they secretly listened to this
Yes.
one. Because it doesn't make sense that Rolling Stone all of a sudden got the story yesterday showing the metadata that the picture was taken 3 weeks ago after Travion or whichever the Ons told them it was, or Tristion, whatever his name is, the Token 2, after Token 2 told them the pool party was actually on June 27th.
Well, I tell you what, a lot of pictures that they were showing, like when they had like the red picture. I know y'all probably saw that already. Like when they had them on the beach, well, on the island when they had like a circle part when they said he was in that section. If you looked at clear videos, you could clearly see he was never in that section. A lot of things was just crazy. With the way Photoshop is and AI, man, it's hard to believe if he was ever in the video. It's so crazy. I might not even believe he was ever at the island. I mean, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I think I'm sorry. Ben Crump had said that they isolated the sound, and his parents seem to believe that is him saying, "Give me my effing phone back." I know that token number 2 tried to say it was him. And Ben Crump has come back and said that there were several altercations that happened that day on the beach, which would make sense because these are predominantly underage, testosterone fueled boys that are drinking. So it would make sense that they were drinking. Hey, Janice, you want to know something else?
Yes.
Remember when we stopped? You remember the audio, and we said we weren't going to play it, but I said I found the audio of the girl.
Yes.
And I said what I found interesting was the time frame she gave for them heading out to Horn Island. It matches this GPS tracker.
Huh.
Wow.
The vessel left the dock approximately 9:56 a.m. that morning and arrived at Horn Island at 11:14 a.m. Because remember, I was like, gosh, 10
That's
o'clock.
early.
I said, that's kind of early for teenage boys who have been up all night probably playing Xbox. And you were like, well, it's 4th of July weekend. They have to
Get there
get out
early.
there early. So this second paragraph totally confirms that audio.
So in that case, from now, so in that case, we can talk about the audio since it matches.
Well, I tell you what, Miss Janice and Miss Shayla, look, I appreciate y'all letting me come up. I'm about to go into work for 6 o'clock, but I want to leave y'all with this right here. I think a lot of things that the family is saying, and y'all seem like y'all study a lot of stuff. Y'all are very educated with this. Y'all know what y'all talking about. I think a lot of things they're saying, these people are listening also that did it. Now, let's say the boys are eventually become suspects. I think by the family saying stuff that Nolan's been drilled to know that if he leave with 5, he should come back with 5. We all heard those videos, right? I think they can take those exact words and they can say, well, what's the reason why y'all had the phone? They can say, well, we had the phone because Nolan was so scared of his parents. We had to keep the phone with us so Nolan parents could feel that he was always with us, just in case they tracked us. It's so many things I wouldn't say at this point because they can use it and they can twist it on them in the code of law. What y'all think about that?
No shade, Mr. Jaja. You should come back,
I
and
mean, that's
really just
okay with
watch the live.
the phone, but what about the keys? What they saying? They was scared that they
I
can.
will say too, y'all. I will say too. I will say too. The more they talk, the better, because we can pinpoint where the lies are. So let them just keep talking.
Well, I tell you what, the keys, let me tell you about the keys. I rather mess my phone up in the water, but if I lose my keys, then I got to start over with my keys and I got to go find some keys and get some keys made and this and that. And I'm not moving my car that night because I'm really planning to get back in my car. You understand what I'm saying? So I can understand them leaving the keys at the house where the car is at on land. I can understand that part, but that phone, that can be used against them right there if they keep on saying certain things. But I appreciate y'all. And look, let me follow all you guys, man. I'm gonna come back. And see you guys, bro. This is a very educational live right here. I wish a lot of people would follow you guys too, man. This is very cool right here. I appreciate y'all for letting me up. I see your line was long. And you guys have some good some things right. I don't have too much money. I haven't been stripping lately. No, I'm playing, but I'm sorry if y'all guys took it a different way. But I like to look at all of that because sexuality plays a lot of things in a lot of different roles with certain age brackets, and a lot of times we think we know who our children are, but they be different with their friends, But I appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the gift.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate you guys. All right, y'all had a phone call came in, but I appreciate you guys. All right.
You too. Bye.
All right.
And also too, while we have people here on the live, just keep in mind sometimes the notifications aren't being sent out. We go live every Monday through Friday, 4:30 Central Standard Time. So if you guys don't get the notification, we are always here. So keep that in mind.
Y'all know what we're talking about when we say and Jay, who said invited him back to sit in the listener section? Who said that?
He needs to come in the live and watch because he's just so lost.
It's not even
me cackling. You had me cackling, but
you just need to come on back and be quiet and sit down and listen.
It's not even the fact that he left the keys. It's the fact that the friends act like they didn't know he left the keys. So what is he talking about?
It was logical for him to, and I think that's what Mr. What's his name was trying to say. It was logical for him to leave the keys at Jax's house. Because
even with that, Miss Shayla, no, it's not. Look how responsible this boy is. Like, look at who he is for real on paper. What his parents say, everything. Like, come on, he's not leaving his keys, his phone. He's not leaving that, and I feel bad for people like Jaja because
I think he would leave his keys because he's not going to need them. He thinks that they're safe inside of Jax's house. His car is parked at Jax's house. He's not going to need
that part. I agree.
Yeah,
but see, I'm not disagreeing with him leaving the keys. I'm disagreeing with the fact that they act like they didn't know that he left the keys and act like they didn't know where the keys were.
That's problem. That was the problem. And your Xbox is somewhere. You probably have an entertainment console. You probably were looking at it. It's somewhere by your TV. So you saw them keys sitting there on your Xbox. Why were you?
I think it goes back to what you said, Miss.
Yeah. What did I
I'm sorry, I
say?
got a call. It goes back to what you said. They were not expecting that lady to have that 360, so they would have kept his stuff there and never turned it over had the family not come trying to retrieve it.
Yeah. No, they were gonna try to get rid of all of that stuff. I don't think they may have been trying to get rid of his car. Maybe they were. I think that's interesting. I started by asking y'all a question and then I cut my own self off. But in the chat, do y'all know what we're talking about when we say the audio? The yes. Oh no, yes, that's true.
Yes. And if you guys don't remember, it's the audio where you can hear someone explaining what
It's
may have happened and you hear laughing in the background.
it's a girl. It's a girl, and she is trying to win. She is given her best Oscar performance and she's like crying and pretending to tell the story of what happened that day, and they are laughing in the back. And I say they, we don't know who they are, but there
Wait, hold on,
are.
Miss Shayla. I'm sorry. Can you start over? I had got a call. I'm sorry. Can you start over? I'm sorry, y'all.
I was asking, does everyone know about the audio we're talking about? When we say we can talk about the audio now, do they know what the audio is? The one with the girl.
Okay, no, ma'am, I don't.
Okay, I don't know if I can post it. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see if I have it on my phone. To post. So there was an audio that came out. It really came out yesterday was Tuesday, so it came out like late Monday night, early Tuesday in the morning. And Jay, I'll repost it back in our group chat when I
Yes, ma'am.
find it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
But
you.
it is of a girl, and it sounds like she's practicing her telling the story of what happened to Nolan, and she is crying or pretending to cry. You can hear them coaching and giving her directions. She's like, wait a minute, like we can only send a 1 minute TikTok audio. Like,
Yes.
when we're messaging each other by audio, she goes, it can only be 1 minute. And they're like, yeah, I know. They're like giving her directions. You hear someone like coughing in the background. In it, she's saying what happens. And Janice and I had talked about it, and we were like, well, we can't really verify this audio. We can't verify it at all. So we're not going to really talk about it. But I told Janice, I go, she gave the time frame of them heading to Horn Island at like 10 a.m. And I said, because that had always been a question for me. It's not important to know, but it was a question for me. Like, what time did they get up and go to the island that morning? And I said, I think 10 a.m. for a bunch of boys who spent the night probably playing Xbox was early. And Janice was like, no, it's 4th of July. And I was like, you're right. You have to kind of get out there. You can look at the pictures and the videos, and there were a ton of boats out there and a ton of people. So we weren't going to talk about that audio because we could not verify it. We don't know who the girl is. I am going to go back and listen to it now because she does drop some names we haven't heard before.
Are you able to play it, or you want me to try to find it and play it?
Can you find it and try to play it? I'm
Okay. I'm
not
gonna
as
mute
smart.
myself so I can look for it. Jay,
I sent it. Check our 101 because I think I sent it directly to you. Also, Secret Service Sam has it.
yes, and Jay, also, if you could watch the chat for me, because I can't look at the screen right now.
For sure, I got you.
Thank you.
So anyway, I was like, okay, well, 10 a.m. they left. Well, in this second paragraph of this article, of this CBS News article, it says the vessel left a dock at approximately 9:56 a.m. that morning and arrived at Horn Island at 11:14 a.m. So that line right there essentially verifies what this girl was saying. So we're like, okay, we can now introduce the audio.
Yes, and this is also proof, y'all. We don't just come up here and tell y'all whatever we see. We have to fact check it. I know I keep saying that, but I want you guys to really understand that. And I'm
So
gonna
in
mute. I'm
regard,
still looking.
sorry, in regards of the Snapchat, Miss Shayla, they can actually reach out to the headquarters and retrieve that information, or I don't use Snapchat, so I don't know how it works.
So I don't either. But y'all know all social media platforms, or I won't say all, but most social media platforms work with law enforcement agencies, which now it makes sense why they're getting the FBI involved, because the FBI can request Snapchat to pull the cloud and all of the deleted videos that were on Nolan's phone or in the app that were deleted. So the they might have gotten the FBI involved so that they could subpoena those records from Snapchat.
Okay, y'all. I got the audio. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, I'm
ma'am.
about to play it. I'm gonna play it twice just so you guys can hear it. So here's the first time.
We got out to the island around like 10:30. Everybody was hanging out, having a good time. And then it came time to leave. And so Wyatt was like, Nolan, get on the boat. Like, come on, we're leaving. And Nolan was talking to that girl, Katie McCormick. And he was like, oh, I'm just going to go back to my fucking home. TikTok only lets you send 1 minute videos. I know. But he was like, oh, I'm just going to go back with Katie. And we'll be right behind y'all. We were all going to the same house, the same place. He was like, I'll be right behind y'all. Y'all go ahead without me. I'll see y'all. Like, I'm literally going to be right behind y'all. Whatever. So, Wyatt and all them left because they were like, okay, he's just going to go with Katie, whatever. Well, then everybody got back in and we were all at Ava's house and Wyatt was like, where's Nolan? He was like, isn't he coming with Katie and them? And they were like, yeah. And Warren was like, let me call him and ask where he is. Or Warren was like, I have his phone. Like, somebody call Katie and ask where he is. And then they called Katie. And that's when they found out that that Nolan never went with her either. She said that Nolan never went with her, and so no one knows what happened. Like, literally no one knows what happened to him, and it's so fucking heartbreaking. Girl, sick that people are sitting there blaming that on Eric and all them, like his childhood best friends. Like, it's sick, and none of them would ever do that to him. And, like, people are literally texting me, like, threatening me and shit. It's like, bro, I don't know, it's just so upsetting. It's just so upsetting. Shut up.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna play it one more time.
And that's not the full one because, or maybe I didn't hear it, but she gives the time in which they start heading out to the island.
She said around 10:30. She said around 10:30.
Okay, I guess I didn't hear it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna play it again. Here it is.
We got out to the island around like 10:30. Everybody was hanging out, having a good time. And then it came time to leave. And so Wyatt was like, Nolan, get on the boat. Like, come on, we're leaving. And Nolan was talking to that girl, Katie McCormick. And he was like, oh, I'm just going to go back to my fucking home. TikTok only lets you send 1 minute videos. I know. But he was like, oh, I'm just gonna go back with Katie. We'll be right behind y'all. We were all going to the same house, the same place. He was like, I'll be right behind y'all. Y'all go ahead without me. I'll see y'all, like, I'm literally gonna be right behind y'all, whatever. So, Wyatt and all them left because they were like, okay, he's just gonna go with Katie, whatever. Well, then everybody got back in and we were all at Ava's house and Wyatt was like, where's Nolan? He was like, isn't he coming with Katie and them? And they were like, yeah. And Warren was like, let me call him and ask where he is. Or Warren was like, I have his phone. Like, somebody called Katie and asked where he is. And then they called Katie. And that's when they found out that that Nolan never went with her either. She said that Nolan never went with her. And so no one knows what happened. Like, literally no one knows what happened to him, and it's so fucking heartbreaking. Girl, sick that people are sitting there blaming that on Eric and all them, like his childhood best friends. Like, it's sick. And none of them would ever do that to him. And like, people are literally texting me, like threatening me and shit. It's like, bro, I don't know, it's just so upsetting. It's just so upsetting. Shut up.
So a few questions.
So
The coughing during the
So that was the audio. When I tell y'all the cat kills me, every time I hear that cat meow.
Yeah, the
But
cat
who the
kills
fuck
me
is
as
she
well, but
getting threats?
something I noticed that I didn't notice before is someone murmurs in the background when she mentions Katie Kitchen Seasoning's name. She goes, no one even knows who Katie is. Like some guy murmurs, no one even knows who Katie is.
And then who is she to be getting threats? Who the fuck is she?
You know YTs, every time that they need sympathy or want people to stop trying to hold them accountable, they're getting some sort of threat.
And fuck them bitches. Don't nobody give a fuck.
That's the same thing that the mom said in a Facebook post. I'm getting threats now, and I won't talk on social media no more. Nobody asked y'all to come to social media in the first place. That's why
Told you
y'all
to
in
take
this
your
mess.
ass down to the sheriff's department and start giving some statements. That's what we actually told you to do.
But that alone, even the girl, well, TikTok only allow 1 minute. Da, 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 da. What the fuck? Like, even that alone, it screams guilt because again, y'all are trying to shift everybody that's putting this shit together. Y'all trying to shift it away. Where the fuck did you even come from?
Yeah. Too much talking, but they gonna learn in just a minute.
Yeah, they were literally practicing their alibi. That
Allegedly.
is
We gotta say allegedly though.
allegedly we don't know who she is by name, but Miss No Name was allegedly with her friends, and they were allegedly and speculatively and all of the lees practicing their alibi.
Yeah,
So is she claiming to have been out there with them, or is this something does she have pictures? Like, what the hell is going on?
Well,
For
you
real?
know, you want to know a picture where there are a bunch of girls in it?
Mhm.
The pool party picture.
That is true. Has anybody figured out who that adult was in the damn pool with the hairy chest?
no. I thought about
He's the
putting his
plug.
picture.
He's the plug.
Allegedly. I thought
Allegedly.
about putting his picture in Google Images and doing a reverse search, but I'm not going to.
You know what, Janice? We are
You know.
we're stalker, but we are
You
stalker buddies because you know.
This what I be talking about, y'all. We be looking. So Paige said, I think something happened at the pool and they set up the cover up. Hey, Melamilly. Oh, Britt, don't put his name in the chat, but we see it. Thank you so much, Trill. You were part of us. Talking about we did a good job. You're good, Paige. I can't hear anything again.
I hear you.
Yeah, I think we're on mute. Like I'm trying to feed the dogs and stuff.
Oh, they've been good today.
Yeah, it's because it rained here, so there were no squirrels out to protect me from.
Yeah. So, True, what you want to say? You want to come up? Are you back here? I'm sorry. Oh my God, y'all, we have 33 requests.
Girl, because where
Okay.
you been?
I've been trying to multitask, trying to
No,
type in the
you're
No,
chat.
you're
not you.
okay.
I'm talking
You're
about Two
okay. It's
Trill.
busy today. It's busy today. I said that because most of the time I don't say anything. I just listen, and if I do have something to say, I do say it. But I'm always looking in the chat to see if it's going correctly, and if there's spies or weirdos in the chat. So I can't really multitask. So that's why I said that. Y'all do a good job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Where were you earlier to protect us from whatever his name was,
I
MSG?
I did. I think I blocked him or muted him. I've been blocking a lot of people, muting and muting and muting and blocking. My idea was to go through the 169 people that we have in here, and if they don't have a profile picture or have a low following count, get them out of here because they could be spies or just trying to do something they shouldn't be. But
So
I'm
when,
gonna leave them in here.
cause I know you asked to True. So when you say low, how many? Like how many followers?
Under 200. If they're not like say like user blah 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 blah, and they're only following 12 people
Oh
with
yes,
All
yes.
zero,
right,
Those,
I
yes.
need
like
to get
yeah.
my follower count up, y'all, before
But you have a profile picture. It's different.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
You have
okay.
content.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Yes, if they have no profile pic and it's only a little yes.
Okay.
Radical said, please don't block me. So keep radical.
Okay. 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 It's just for safety measures. I'm sorry,
Yes.
y'all.
Yes, and I want to say thank you to you guys as well. This has been our highest live. Like every day our lives get bigger and bigger. So today we reached 200 people and we are at 27.4K likes. So we definitely appreciate you guys. We appreciate that you guys want to listen to us about our theories, and also I'm glad that you guys got a first hand experience of how we come up with things and that we really research.
We know
This
who
is
you are,
literally
Bookworm.
us all day long during breaks, just having random thoughts, bouncing them off of each other, Googling, reading whatever, or watching whatever new information has come out. So, this is us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't watch 99. That's up to Trill. You only following 4 people.
Yes, and
And
I'm gonna tell y'all. Oh, I'm sorry, Northside. You have been waiting for so long. I am so sorry. Go ahead, Northside.
Breezy,
it's
no.
all good. It's all good. Like I said, you guys, yeah, you guys do a great job. I just got on late. I forgot y'all was coming on, so I got on like about probably like about 45 minutes after y'all got on. So I probably missed y'all's first beginning part, but I got in kind of late, so I'm just trying to figure out so those timestamps of where everybody was, where the was that Nolan's phone you guys were like going like with the time chart y'all was using, like those times where the where they were going, was that his phone you guys were
That was
tracking
the
right there?
boat. That was the boat.
Oh, the boat. Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay.
Yes.
That
Okay,
was the
so
boat,
we
and
don't know.
that
But
was
I
the
Okay,
will
so we
boat, and
tell
we
y'all this too. I know for a fact the phone is going to have even more. So if it looked like it's
yeah.
for the boat, I'm ready for the phone.
But
Yeah, yeah.
remember that the boat's GPS, they stopped tracking it. MDMR stopped tracking it because it officially became, the sheriff's department became the lead investigator, and they can delete and change that the GPS data on the boat. Just FYI.
Yeah, and then I'm feeling like it was just so convenient for them to come back, for the Coast Guard to come back and say, "Oh yeah, they did call in at that day." It's just like that just was real fishy. It just feel like so many people are complicit with this cover up, man, in
Well, it's
Mississippi
okay.
right now. I was just like,
I'm submitting
is it?
FOIA requests. I want to hear the actual audio of Warren calling the Coast Guard. I want to hear what he said, how he said it. Like, I want
And
all
then
of that.
and then it seemed like if his mom is such a judge and lawyer, it seemed like she would have been the one to call anyway. She would have been like, "Oh, I'll do it," but she'll let him do it. Like he like that's not really a little teenage thing to want to call the Coast Guard and tell him what happened. That seemed like his mom would have did that anyway. So that's why that just seemed real fake to me. Like all of a sudden y'all called
Allegedly.
the Coast Guard. Oh, allegedly,
Allegedly.
allegedly, yeah, allegedly. So it just
But
like it's just so many holes.
what I will say is that if I had a parent who were a judge and I had done something illicit to a friend and I needed help covering things up, I too would call that parent because they
Yeah,
would know how to get me out of trouble.
Yes, and then
yeah.
I'm pretty sure with his mom being that type of role that he knows documentation is important.
Yes, yeah, yeah. But it just seemed like this is for a teenager. They would have just they'd have needed help on figuring out what's going on. They'd have been just so worried about their boy. If that's their boy like that, they'd have been so worried about him. And the parent would have took over. They'd have called the mom. It'd have just been a lot more different interaction. They just all acted like they were just trying to like play it off almost, just trying to do stuff the right way, not to look guilty. If you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah,
that's what it seemed like they was doing.
Kimberly said, to this day they still have not said rest in peace to him.
Yeah, that's crazy. If that's really y'all boy, it just seemed like y'all would be y'all like when the dad came to the house. It's just like y'all been looking at him like, hey man, we so sorry, man. Like, can we do? Come on in. It wouldn't have been like no, it would have just felt like standoffish on how they did, So hopefully it all comes to
Do
light. But
y'all think
it
they will
just
go to the funeral on Monday? That's what I'm really looking for.
No, but wait, I want to touch on this right quick and then I need to drop back down.
Okay.
I think Warren has been in trouble before, and this is just all allegedly. And his stepmama has covered it up. Because how do you feel so comfortable knowing, ooh, I did this. We got to now take this boat back to a house that is not supposed to be parked at. Like, I literally feel like she has gotten him out of trouble before. So that's why they ran all over to the judge's house because he knew mama can cover this back up. Okay, now drop me.
Okay, I'll drop
So
it.
that's really a good
Exactly.
point. Kimberly, maybe we should look at suspicious deaths, suspicious passings that
Mm-hmm.
have happened within their age range within, let's say, the past 4 years in that area.
Yes,
Like,
and
do they have other schoolmates who have?
Drunken activities like drunk driving tickets and all of that type of shit, racial stuff.
So
yeah,
we won't be able to find their records because they were minors. All of that stuff would be redacted.
Hey,
But
Shayla.
yes,
Exactly. And he already white privilege that alone. Why would he have a care in the world?
yes, and we got 31 people, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring somebody up.
call my
Again,
name.
if you don't have a profile picture, I won't be able to bring you up. Yes, if you don't have a profile picture, I can't bring you up. Mimi?
I'll let Mimi go, and then Shayla, I have a question for you. Give me a second.
Okay. I don't think Mimi is going to. I don't think it's working. Go ahead, Sutra.
Okay, so you guys were talking about the GPS and how allegedly that it has been deleted.
There's the possibility it can be deleted.
Okay, I have more info on data like that because my husband, he works in that field and he knows more about that than I do. Do you mind if he speaks on that right quick?
No, we would love it.
Yes.
Wait a second. Babe, okay, they're ready.
Oh, he prepared. She said they ready.
Yeah, I feel like we are about to get a full-blown PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
I'm ready for
Let's
this.
talk about the GPS now. They're deleting it and everything.
So from what I understand, and this is kind of a blatant statement, if they really wanted to get to the bottom of what's wrong with the GPS, you can't delete shit like that into most hardware baked applications. So even if they try to modify it, as soon as they get a warrant, all that comes out regardless of what they did. And that applies to cell phones, laptops, car GPSs, boat GPSs, anything. And especially if it's Garmin. Garmin already showed in court that they gave their backdoors to the government regardless of what the user does. Unless they physically destroy it, it's still there. Like they have to unsolder something to actually get rid of it.
So it's like in the cloud.
No, it's not in the cloud. There's ways with physical hardware where unless you physically unsolder it from the motherboard and destroy it or drill holes through the motherboard, they can hook up a certain kind of cable to it, usually a console cable or something similar, and see what you deleted, see when you deleted it, reconstitute it, and then extract it and
Mr.
put it wherever they want.
Mr. Tutrill, the information
Yes,
is
ma'am.
good. I just don't want us to say too much because we have a feeling other people are listening in the back.
Yes,
We don't
ma'am.
want to help. But yes. What else can you
Allegedly.
tell us?
Allegedly, thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
You had, you were part of the crew. You know that.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna sit here and
Yes.
do-
And also, Moving On has been asking to come up. I said I wasn't going to bring anybody without a profile picture. I'm going to try it. Moving On. Can you hear?
Hear me? Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
All right. On that GPS, when they turn it on, that's when no one's tracking it. It's like the GPS on your phone. Nobody's tracking it, but it shows where you've been. So when they reached the dock and they put their boat in the water and he turned his GPS on, it pinged him there. When he drove out to the island, it pinged him there. When he returned back to the dock, it pinged him there. They didn't turn it off because it has a sleep mode. So whenever it elapses a certain amount of time, it automatically shuts off to preserve the battery on the boat. So it's not like they're just tracking the boat. They just took the data that was in the Garmin. They just extracted that data and they knew where that boat had been. But knowing that area, when they went to Fort Bayou has a fuel dock there. And a lot of people have a fuel account. So when he ran the boat out and ran it back in, it appears that maybe he dropped somebody at the dock or he went and got information for his fuel account and then eased the boat around there to Fort Bayou because it pings him at Fort Bayou, and I know there's a fuel dock at Fort Bayou. So what it appears to be is he took the boat around there and fueled his boat and then brought the boat back, put it on the trailer, didn't turn his Garmin off. So it kept pinging him as he moved until he got home. After an elapsed time of it sitting there, it put itself into a sleep mode.
Oh.
So it would preserve the battery. So it's like the GPS on your phone, like nobody's tracking it. They just track the movement after they took the GPS.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've been a commercial fisherman my entire life. There's no boat navigation system I haven't seen or used.
Yeah, I want to go back to the Fort place, I forgot the name of the city. You said that there is a fuel, where they...
Yeah, you could get fuel there.
Okay.
See, Fort Bayou runs through Ocean Springs.
Okay, so Janice, remember the other video that we are not talking about or playing?
It's a lot of them, but tell me, I can read between the lines.
The one about the condition?
Oh, yes. Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Okay, now, another thing. my dad, like I said, I've been a commercial fisherman my entire life. My dad sat on the board of commercial fishermen in Jackson County. And we have retrieved bodies from the water, like when boats would capsize or whatever and people would drown, we would go out there and help do search and rescue and retrieve. All right, just because a body, they make it sound unrecognizable, it is because most bodies are going to float face down, and the sea life, the crabs and stuff, will start eating on the loose material, and it only takes just a few hours for them to start doing that. And I've actually watched my dad tell people, you don't want to see this. You're welcome to see the body and identify the body, but this is something you don't want to see. Because like the eyelids will be gone, the lips, the nose, the ears, anything that protrudes off the body, the crabs will eat. They're a bottom feeder.
But that starts within a few hours, right?
Yes, that will start within literally you could take a chicken leg and put it in a crab basket and hang it into the water, and within 5 minutes you will have a crab on that.
So moving.
So I have a question. Go ahead, Shayla.
I have a question. We don't need it to be graphic.
Yeah.
But if the body, if a body had been in the water for longer than a few hours.
Same question.
What would the condition have been?
Longer than a 2 hour?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like I said, you're going to have a sea life that's going to eat on it. But then you're also going to...
There would be definite more...
Well, you will have what they call waterlogging.
Right.
And even though a body is no longer living, it will actually take on water like a sponge. And that's what waterlogging is.
Moving, I love you. Thank you for coming up here. We're kind of asking, and I think Janice and I are
on the same page. Yes, I guess I'm trying to ask.
We're asking these questions, and we're asking them very specific. So you're saying if, and I don't want to get the live flag, so I don't know if we can say this, but I'm going to.
Well, see, that's why I'm really trying to choose my wording.
So am I. So if a BODY has been in the water for about 2 hours, you're going to start to see things like crabs having fed off of their eyelids, their nostrils, their lips. If a body has been in the water, let's say for
2 days,
yes, you would see significantly more feeding on the body than just the eyelids, nose, and lips. Plus, there would be waterlogging.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
You also, now when it comes to waterlogging, if you are
guys, I know we know this is a sensitive topic, and we trust us. We are not just asking this to be morbid. We're just trying to get an idea of what's going on.
Because it's going to be important when the autopsy comes out. That's why we're asking.
Okay, if you are a fit person, you can be in the. It depends on your body design to how waterlogging actually works. Like each person's not going to waterlog the same over the same amount of time. If you're a real fit person and say you got 3% body fat,
like a football player, a wide receiver.
Yes, it's going to take longer for you to see the waterlogging versus somebody out there that's a weekend warrior and fishing and drinking and overweight and goes overboard, in the same amount of time, he will waterlog more than the fit person will. So the waterlog will show more because there is more, I'm just going to say it, blue skin.
Okay.
So when does, and I get that it varies, the amount the body waterlogs depends on how fit the body is, but at about what time frame does waterlogging start to happen? Is it 1 hour, 2 hour, or does that also depend on the fitness of the body?
Oh, he dropped. He must have lost signal. But he gave us a lot of good information. He gave us a lot of good information. So if we don't see waterlogging, that would prove too he wasn't there for 2 days.
Hmm. Oh, and I have another question. So the one we were talking about that was getting tracked, was that the one that was having the difficulties?
What
I'm talking code a little. I'm trying to talk in code a little bit. So the boat that was getting tracked, was that the one that was supposedly
the boat
that had
that
the
was
issues? Was that the one that
no
had the issues?
no
Okay,
the
okay,
boat that had the issues was Warren's boat.
okay,
And
okay. That's what I was talking about.
Warren's boat docks at his bio. From what we can tell, it seems to dock at his bio mom's house.
Okay, and that's where it was supposedly getting cleaned up at and everything.
The boat that was getting cleaned up was Wyatt's boat, and that's who we got the GPS tracking information of. And that was getting cleaned up at Warren's house.
Yes,
Okay.
and guys, just so you know too, we haven't had time to just dig into the news article. I can almost guarantee you tomorrow we will have way more information. It just broke as we were on live, so we'll have more info tomorrow as well.
Melanie, the boat that was in the CBS News article, they don't say, but it would be Wyatt's boat. Wyatt's boat is who they got on to go out to the island, and who he would have gotten back on to leave the island. And even in that audio that just played, of the girl, the anonymous girl, she says Wyatt was trying to tell Nolan to get on the boat.
Yeah. And I want to bring up B. She has been waiting for quite a while. I hope she's still there. We're just trying to get as many people as we can, but we also want to get information and have the dialogue because that's what makes a difference. Hi, B.
Oh, shoot. I am so tired. What is going on?
Hi.
I am so tired.
Yes, did you have a question or anything you wanted to add?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, you want me to drop you down? I couldn't risk it, y'all.
She was happy, whatever going on.
Brett, I see you sent me a message, and I see you in the comment section. I will take a look at the DM you sent me after the live.
Yeah. Well, again, I want to remind you guys, we'll probably be on for about 30 minutes. Again, we are on live Monday through Friday at 4:30. And also, if you enjoy this content, like I keep saying, y'all, we work really, really hard. So if you guys could like the live, we definitely would appreciate it. So Ray is asking to join the panel. I'm going to bring Ray up. Hi, Ray. Are you able to hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you, my beloved sister.
You are so
I've been
welcome.
struggling trying to get up here for a minute.
Yes, we appreciate you. We
So
appreciate
did you
you.
guys did you know that two of those little white kids were arrested?
Do you have
A source. Yeah.
a source,
Yes,
like a valid source?
I do have it.
What's the
I have it
source?
right here. And his name was Lucas. I think his name was Posey. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna take out for a minute because I'm gonna go to my pictures and when I screenshot it. Okay. Yeah,
He
what
may be
happened?
talking about the story in Dallas. Those two boys were arrested.
Stop wasting time listening to music for
Dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, he might be
unless
talking
he's
about
talking
them.
about a previous arrest, but we wouldn't know that because they would have been juveniles and they would have I guarantee you they would have had those records sealed and expunged by now.
Okay, he dropped. So actually, my finger was on it, but he dropped. Oh no, he's back. Maybe it's his signal. Can
I
you hear
didn't
us?
drop. Yeah, I
Okay,
didn't drop.
I got
I
you.
was trying to go. I was trying to go to the screenshot, but I pushed something. I pushed the wrong thing. Yeah, two of them was arrested for tampering of the evidence of this little brother right here that you got on your picture for the tampering with the evidence. They were arrested today. Two of them.
Shayla,
One
can you
one
look it
was
up? I have to.
one was the name of Lucas. Lucas, I don't know his last name. I forgot his last name.
Is he
And
able
then
That's
was
to
another
show
Dallas.
one.
the
That's
screen on
It was,
here?
and then the other one was underage, and they didn't mention his name.
that's a case that's happening here in Dallas. That's
No,
not.
that's this right here.
Is he able
Yeah.
This
to
guy, this
show it
kid.
on the screen? Or you don't want him to do that?
I'm looking at it right now in Los Angeles after Texas teen drowning. That's another story. That's a different story. That's in Dallas.
We're talking
And
about
what's the
Nolan
names? What
Wells
what are
in the
what are the names saying?
It's
so
saying Irving. Let me see. Lucas Roper.
Yeah.
Yes,
the
that's Dallas.
child that passed is David, I think, Irvin or Brandon Irving, and then
Yeah, I'm not.
Lucas.
I'm talking about who they arrested, sister.
Yes, but we're
Yeah,
not talking about that
yeah,
story.
we're not talking about that case, my
Oh,
brother.
okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming up.
All right. Peace.
Thank you. Okay. Yes, because if it had been an arrest, that would have been everywhere.
And I have been following that, and I mentioned that yesterday. I am not as concerned with that case because that happened within Dallas County, and Dallas County is Democrat. It's blue. They are there. There's more of a likelihood of them seeing justice in this case. In fact, they've been working on it for like a couple of months. They just couldn't say anything publicly until the prosecutors were ready.
Yeah.
But don't it feel like those charges was kind of soft for them though? Just tampering with evidence and whatever the other one was. They didn't want to get them for murder. I see.
Because yeah,
It,
there's no proof of that.
yeah, but it's like to me, if you throwing away all the stuff, he ended up passing away. You got to
No,
prove you
but
just murdered him. Is
no,
that the same? Is that the same case I'm talking about? Is that the same case where they threw away
yeah, but there's
his
no
wallet?
proof. Yeah. It's no proof of that. This kid was on the swim team. See, I told y'all black people could swim. He was on the swim team. They it was like they decided that they were going to all do a jump off of a bridge together. He got caught in a current and got pulled under. And they
Okay.
are looking at his history of being a swimmer as that being a likely story.
Yeah, it's just funny to me. Like, if that what happened, why would they like they got that scared where they just felt like they had to just stow away his clothes and his phone and just hide everything all of a sudden? They didn't want to get in trouble, I guess, huh? It just
That's
seems kind of odd. That just seems weird, though. You know what I'm saying?
it is
Like,
odd and it is upsetting. But I have a feeling the juvenile that they have in custody would have said if it were intentional right now.
And then and then like you said, it was all white teen boys and one black boy. So I'm just like, it just little skeptical a little bit for me, but we don't. But we'll see. We'll see. It just feel like I said, if that was the other way around, it just seemed like they'd have had to charge, they'd have had to prove themselves. They didn't smurder them since they threw away all the evidence and tampered with the evidence. Because it's just like, if that was an accident, I don't see why y'all would have did that. That's just my point. But we can stay on the metal.
I don't
Yes,
see
we got
why
it.
they would have done it either. I don't see why they wouldn't have reported it. Supposedly, the juvenile is kind of the one who first of all, the investigators were on to them from the beginning because of the compute phone messages. They were able to get phone messages from, and I'm sorry, is his name Brandon or his last name is Irving with an E. But they were able to get his phone messages. So they knew that he was meeting up with the boys to go swimming and fishing. They knew that from their text messages.
Yes, and Miss Layla, if I can interrupt, we have to start closing it down at 6:40. So
No,
I
that's
want
okay. And I like I said, the case is upsetting. There is a high chance that they would get justice. I know people may think that they should have the book thrown at them, but the thing is that this kid could swim. They have text messages showing that he was going to meet up with the boys to go swimming and fishing. And that is why it is not charged as more.
Yeah. Yeah, I just and like I said, they just made themselves look bad or guilty, whatever. Just throwing away, trying to get rid of his personal things. That's the only thing I didn't really get. But
yeah, it's
hey,
fine regardless.
yeah, that was cool. If that'd have been my son, I'd have had some questions for him.
Yeah. Well, Northside, I will let you go first. Did you have anything you want to wrap on tonight? First, you have been on here ever since you found us. I cannot thank you enough. We definitely appreciate you. Northside, can you hear me? Okay, I don't think.
Hello, can y'all hear
Okay,
me?
now I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I had to switch my earpiece back and forth or something. But yeah, I listened to you too, Janice and Shayla. It's Shayla, right? That's it correct?
Yes,
Yes.
it's Layla.
Yes, I listen to you guys. I mean, not listen, but I watch you guys post on X all the time too. So I follow y'all both on X, and you guys always give out the great information, and y'all need more followers. I don't see why they ain't really following y'all because they need. This is where I'm getting the best information from y'all. I'll be real with you.
Yes, but we appreciate it, and actually, we are just now starting, so hopefully,
Okay,
we will
okay, yeah,
continue
yeah,
to grow. But
yeah.
thank
Y'all
you.
do your thing, and you guys were also on the Carmelo Anthony case too, huh?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all wish I could have been messing with y'all earlier for that too, but it's still going on. We still got a lot more to unpack with that too. So I look forward to being on y'all's panels a little more, and just hopefully in the next coming days, this autopsy come back with some information that we was hoping to find out.
yes, yes. Well, thank you again.
Thank you too. See y'all next time.
You too.
See you.
So, Miss Tutrill,
Yes.
yes, you want to end on something? I know you finna cook.
Yeah, I'm finna go cook. I'm finna make
What you
some.
cooking?
They want tacos, so I'm gonna make
Oh,
tacos.
okay.
I'm
You want to
gonna
end on something?
No, no. I'm taking it all in. Y'all know
Yeah,
how I feel about it.
yeah.
I'm still finding out about more cases. I am going to look up that Compton case.
Yes.
Somebody was mentioning what happened. I don't know what happened yet, so I'm gonna do some research on that, and then I'll see you guys in the chat.
Okay. Thank you again.
And
And
tell Mr. thank you.
yes, for that
Okay.
info. He was on it.
Oh, yeah, I have to let him know, like, to use code words. He's so literal. He's so literal. So, but yeah, y'all are welcome.
Yes, thank you. And Clarity, I don't know if you can talk. If you can talk, let me know. If you can't, just write it in the chat. This is our news reporter, y'all. Her voice is amazing. Okay, so Clarity can't talk. So Miss Pretty, the OG.
Yes. I just wanted to say, please stay tuned in because we do talk about more than one case, and it get hard because we be having so many cases to talk about, but we only one person, so we have to do it day by day and time by time. We couldn't even get to Tornay Miller today, but we will update y'all on that, and we just please stay tuned because we have a lot more cases.
Yes, thank you. And Shayla.
Yes, we do handle more cases. We did not get to talk about our other internet nephew, Carmelo Anthony. I'm excited. I'm going to have some additional information on Tonay Miller. The FOIA request has come back from the sheriff's department. And in about 10 days, I will have their actual initial report after her unaliving. So I'm really excited about that and to share it with you. I know that Brenda had sent me a message in the back channel. Brenda, after we get off live, I will read it and see what is going on there. Y'all have to forgive me. I haven't quite figured out how to navigate this app while I am in lives. So I will read it and see what's going on there. And y'all feel free to send us anything.
Yes, and we have been getting them. Yeah, we appreciate it. All the messages, the emails, we appreciate it.
It doesn't mean that we're going to automatically believe it, but we will research it and discuss it and to see if it has any merit and how to put it in context of what is going on.
Yes.
Do y'all know about that case that New Motion is talking about? Because I
Yes,
don't.
we just was talking about it in Dallas.
Okay.
Yes, we just talked about that. So guys, we are going to wrap it up again. I shouldn't say we all appreciate you guys for coming out because there are so many other people who report the news, and for you guys to listen to us, we definitely appreciate that. We can't say it enough. Again, we are here Monday through Friday, 4:30 Central Standard Time. Also, we want to make sure that we say Miller's name every live. The GoFundMe is linked in the bio as well as Noel. I said Noel, as well as Nolan Wells. So keep the family in your prayers. We know the services are coming soon, so y'all just be kind. Well, that's all I got for today. So we will see you guys tomorrow. And y'all, if I don't respond to y'all, I'm going to sleep. So I'll see y'all tomorrow.
That is okay. Understood. I will be asleep soon.
Yes, bye guys.
Bye bye.